What's up, guys? We are back with a full slate of MLB action here on Sunday, June 8th. We're going to give out plays on every MLB game on the slate and the NBA Finals game between the Pacers and Thunder. I'll give you my dog of the day and pick out my massive lock, my pick that regardless of price, I think has the highest chance of cashing today. Slam that like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep seeing these videos every single day, and let us know what you're thinking in the comments. I personally answer every comment every single day. Check the pinned comment throughout the day to see our favorite picks, and it pays to check back a couple of times per day to see if there are any changes with injury news coming out and starters being confirmed. Yesterday, things look like they're going to be okay, maybe not incredible. We had the Dodgers and the Cardinals over 8.5. Both starters were great in that game, but only 3 runs being scored on 18 hits and an error. That's kind of a tough look. Feels like we were probably on the right track with that one. We had the Giants minus 178, a much closer game than we wanted, but a 9th inning Chapman 2-run home run gets us the win on that one. We had the Astros at minus 140. That was a 5-3 win in extra innings. Hunter Brown had 5 walks, but the Astros got it done in the 10th inning thanks in part to a wild pitch, so some positive variance on our side in that one. Unfortunately, with the Yankees at minus 112, an insane 10-7 loss there. The Yankees were able to get to Crochet, but Yarbrough couldn't get anyone out, and the bullpen was terrible, so they take the loss in that one, and so do we. We've got the Marlins at plus 130. That was a solid win there on the dog of the day. It wasn't necessarily a pick that we were in love with, but with Taj Bradley struggling so much, it seemed like some decent value, and they come through late in the game. The Marlins couldn't get anyone out. Easy work in the 10th inning, though, with Hernandez singling to center and Lopez scoring, so we'll take the win on the plus 130 dog. We've got the Mets at minus 278 as our massive lock of the day. They're up 3-1 in the the bottom of the 5th inning there against the Rockies, so hopefully they can hold on. Hopefully they can blow that game open and make it a no sweat win. We'll see what happens, guys, but we got to dive in. We have a huge slate of Sunday games plus an NBA Finals game to break down, so let's hop right in and look at the Miami Marlins going on the road to take on the Tampa Bay Rays. The Marlins come into this game fresh off that crazy 11-10 win that we were just talking about. Slam that like button. If you didn't already, guys, hit that like button for that win on the Marlins as our dog of the day. Now, a little bit rough there to see Weathers getting hit in the head by the catcher throwing the ball back to him. That's pretty unfortunate, but overall, guys, we'll see what the Marlins can do here. It's a bit of a rough spot. They're going to be doing a full bullpen start in this game. Anthony Vinzanio is going to get the start in this game, but over the course of the season, he's got a 4.58 ERA. His last outing was one solid inning against Tampa Bay, but really, guys, it's going to be a full bullpen start from a Marlins bullpen that's sporting a 4.54 bullpen ERA, bottom 7 or bottom 6 in the majors, something like that. So not a very good pitching situation here for the Marlins. The offense, obviously coming off a huge day where they scored 11 runs, is great, but not necessarily a norm for a team that is 23rd in the majors in runs scored and 21st in slugging. So we'll see what they do here on the road against the Tampa Bay Rays, who are 34-30 on the season. That loss snapped a 4-game winning streak. Tampa Bay is going to hand the ball in this one to Drew Rasmussen, who's been lights out recently, guys. He's 5-4 on the season, a 2.14 ERA, but hasn't given up an earned round in his last 4 starts. A streak that started with a 4-0 win there at Miami, where he went 6 innings, gave up 4 hits, no runs, and struck out 5. So I'm expecting him to be very, very good here at home. Rasmussen's just been so good recently. Obviously, the bullpen for Tampa Bay has been no problem. A top 4 bullpen in the majors. The offense, I mean, they came with 10 runs yesterday, so let's not complain too much. They did manage to lose that game, but overall, this is a very, very solid team at the plate, and they're 13th in runs scored, 15th in batting average. I would say this is easily an MLB average offense with, some bigger upside. So we'll see how things go here. Now, looking at the numbers, I'm not shocked to see the Marlins as big underdogs, the Rays as big favorites. Miami's plus 198, Tampa Bay is minus 240. We've got a total of 9.5. The Marlins are 9-18 on the road this year. They are 16-11 to the over on the road. The Rays are 22-19 at home this season. They're 14-3 to the under at home. So we could maybe think about under 9.5. That's kind of a lot of runs here, but I'm not too interested in the under here. I'll definitely be taking the Rays. Now, minus 240 seems a bit rich to me. If you take them minus 1.5, you can get that all the way down to like minus 120. Something like that seems much more reasonable. Now, Tampa Bay, not an amazing offense, so taking a minus 1.5 might be a bit of a reach, but Rasmussen's been so good, I think we have to consider it. Next up, we've got the San Diego Padres going on the road to take on the Milwaukee Brewers. The Padres come into this game 36-27 on the year. They just lost in walk-off fashion there in Game 2 of this series, so that probably stings a bit. They'll hand the ball in this game to Ryan Bergert. He comes into this game, normally a bullpen guy. This is going to be his second straight outing as a starter, though, and last time it was at San Francisco. 5 innings pitched, 6 hits allowed, gave up 2 earned runs, including a home run. We'll see how he looks in this one. Obviously, he was one of their better bullpen guys. That probably doesn't help their bullpen out a lot to move him into a starting role, but this 25-year-old's shown good enough stuff. I would say he deserves this chance. We'll see what he can do here against the Brewers. Now, the bullpen for San Diego has been great all year long, a 3.08 bullpen ERA right now. Nothing wrong with that. The offense is where the problems are at, guys. Machado leading the way, batting .318, but 20th in runs scored and 22nd in slugging percentage is not where this team expected to be offensively. They've scored 3, 2, 2, 5, 3, and 1 runs over their last few games. Generally speaking, that's not going to get the job done. So we'll see what they get up to here against the Brewers, who, they're doing okay. They're 35-30 on the year. They'll hand the ball in this game to Freddie Peralta, who's 5-4 on the season, a 2.92 ERA. His last couple starts, he's given up 3 earned runs in each, and those are starts against Boston and the Cincinnati Reds. We'll see what he looks like here against the Padres, a team that I would have expected to be much tougher than those two offensively, but that hasn't necessarily been the case. So we'll see what happens in this one. I don't believe Peralta has faced the Padres yet this season. No, it does not look like he's faced the Padres yet this year. So we'll see what he can do. I think he'll be fine, maybe not elite. Now, the bullpen for Milwaukee, that has not been good, guys. A 4.41 bullpen ERA, well, not as bad as it was early in the season, is not great right now. And offensively, 4, 0, 9, 2, 3, and 5 runs over their last few. They're hitting the ball all right. They're 9th in the majors in runs scored. They are 21st in batting average and 26th in slugging percentage. So not really the kind of offense that I can trust. So looking at the numbers for this game, the Padres are -102. The Brewers are -116. We've got a total of 8.5. The Padres are a 500 a 500 team on the road. They're 17-14-1 to the under on the road. Milwaukee is 18-11 at home. 18-10-1 to the under at home. Do we want to look at under 8.5 in this game? With these two guys on the mound, I don't think it's out of the question. Now, I don't necessarily love it, but I'll lean a bit towards the under. In terms of the side here, the momentum for this series has to be on the Brewers side after that walk-off win. So I'll back Milwaukee here as a slight lean, but I'm not sure if I can trust these Brewers enough for that. Rolling along here, guys, we've got the Philadelphia Phillies going on the road to take on the Pittsburgh Pirates. The Phillies have now dropped 4 in a row, losing 2-1. Kind of crazy to see them lose 2 straight games here against the Pirates. We'll see what they can do in this one as they hand the ball to Christopher Sanchez. He's 5-1 on the year, a 3.15 ERA. He's coming off a great start at Toronto, and he's been lights out over his last 5 starts, and the Phillies are 4-1 over those starts, but at some point, it's not really the starter's fault. It's not like Suarez went out and was terrible yesterday. Like, the Phillies just couldn't get the bats going at all. The bullpen wasn't the problem here. Normally, it is the problem. A 4.56 bullpen ERA is clearly bad, but the offense scoring 1, 4, 1, 1, and 8 runs over their last few games. That's why they're losing, guys. Harper now on the IL with wrist inflammation. They're still 8th in runs scored and 7th in batting average, but this is a team swinging some ice-cold bats. So we'll see what they do here on the road against the Pirates, who've now won 2 in a row and 3 of 4. They'll hand the ball in this game to Paul Skeens, who's not having a fairy tale season necessarily. He's 4-6, but a 2.05 ERA, and he's given up no more than 1 earned run over his last 5 starts. I think you could safely say he's doing everything he could possibly do. He faced the Phillies back on May 18th, went 8 innings, gave up 3 hits, a single earned run, and what was a 1-0 loss there for the Pirates. So we'll see if the Pirates can get on the board here against Christopher Sanchez. Feels like it might be a little bit tough for them. They're not a very good offensive team. Their bullpen is getting a little bit better, but I don't have a ton of positive things to say about the Pirates at the plate right now. They're still 29th in runs scored and 30th? Yeah, dead last in slugging percentage. So going up against Christopher Sanchez could be a bit rough. Now, looking at the numbers here, the Phillies are -105. The Pirates are -115. We've got a total of 7 in this game. The Phillies are 18-14 on the road. They're 18-13-1 to the under on the road. The Pirates are 15-18 at home, 17-16-1 to the under at home. My favorite side in this one is under 7, and that is crazy. Or my favorite, lean in this one is under 7. That feels nuts, but with these two guys on the mound and how bad these two offenses have looked, doesn't seem crazy to me. I also like the Pirates here at -115 a little bit to finish off this sweep. That feels like a bit of a stretch to me. I would say my favorite lean on this game is that under. Jumping in here with a quick reminder, guys, all of our videos are sponsored by StumpTheSpread.com. Click the link in the description to go over there and see the top confidence picks from our entire team of experienced cappers. Right now, our premium members are getting daily MLB, NBA, NHL, and UFC picks. Major League Baseball is our most profitable sport the last 3 years in a row. It's off to a great beginning of the season. Yesterday, our premium capper went, I'm not going to say absolutely nuts, but pretty nuts, guys. We did start the day off with a 5-unit loss there on the Royals, but bounced back quickly, winning with the Toronto Blue Jays, winning with the Giants as a 5-unit play, winning with the Cubs, and winning there on the opposite of a play that I took. He actually took the under in that Dodgers-Cardinals game, and he was right. And that's why I always say, if you're a premium member and you watch these videos and you also follow the picks Follow his picks. He knows what he's talking about a lot better than me. He's got a lot more years of experience, takes every possible variable into consideration, way more things than I could possibly cover in a YouTube video. So it's more than worth your time to get over there and check out the premium content over there at stumpthespread.com. Also, check out all the free stuff we offer there, free picks that are exclusively posted over there. There's our free to use bet size calculator. And guys, you got to get over there and get on our free email list. All you got to do is sign up for a free account. Then you need your name and your email address. That's it. You'll get one email straight to your inbox every single day. If you're having any problems, check your spam folder. But there's all kinds of great information in there. A free pick, usually on MLB, but it can be on anything. Tons of UFC information. I know there's a big UFC event going on tonight. There's going to be information in there on like golf, NASCAR, all kinds of cool niche sports bets that can definitely help you out a ton. And it's absolutely free. Get over there and check that out. Also, if you're a huge fan of what we do here every single day, click that join button right below the video to become a channel member. Channel members are eligible for our members only giveaways. We'll be giving away a Stump the Spread hoodie to one random channel member here in 7 days. We'll be doing another giveaway here on the 14th. So definitely check up on that. Also, if you won the giveaway that we just rolled for on the video for the 7th, definitely let me know down in the comments. We haven't had anybody reach out yet. I really want to get that hoodie out to hopefully a very happy to have it and very deserving fan. Also, channel members get early access to all of our videos, and you get your name up on screen like you've been seeing here for a bit. But guys, we got a ton of games to cover, so let's go ahead and hop back in. We're going to be looking at the Texas Rangers going on the road to take on the Washington Nationals. The Rangers come into this game fresh off a dominant 5-0 win there at the Nationals in Game 2. DeGrom looking amazing as usual this season. That dude has been what he's doing this season is actually pretty bonkers. Now, the Rangers in this game will hand the ball to Jacob Laz, who's sporting a 2.95 ERA, so very solid stuff there, but looks like this is going to be a full-fledged bullpen start there for the Texas Rangers. Now, is that necessarily going to be a disaster? I don't think so. They're sporting a 3.66 bullpen ERA. Laz has obviously been amazing recently. He hasn't given up an earned run over any of his last 5 appearances. He even had an extended outing where he pitched 3 innings against Toronto and was lights out there. So I'm expecting pretty good stuff from him. I'm expecting pretty good stuff there from the Rangers pitching staff in general. Now, the offense, maybe not so much, guys. They're 28th in runs scored. They're 29th in on-base percentage. That 5 runs they scored is the most runs they've scored in their last, 5 games or something like that? So not an offense that I'm usually very excited to be backing. So we'll see what they do here against the Nationals, who are 30 and 34 on the year, kind of being a little bit more respectable than I would have necessarily thought they would this year. But, they've got some guys back. They've done some good stuff. They'll hand the ball in this game, though, to Trevor Williams, who's 3 and 6 on the season, a 6.03 ERA. He gave up 5 earned runs against the Chicago Cubs his last time out in an 8-3 loss. He's had some good outings, dominating Seattle, but over his last 5 starts, I would say only really that one was very, very solid. Now, in terms of his history against the Rangers this season, unfortunately, he doesn't have any, but he does have some history of having a pretty mediocre year. So we'll see what he can do here. Obviously, the Nationals bullpen is a huge problem, 2nd worst in the majors, and the offense, while it's been good at times, is nothing to write home about. They are down to 21st in the majors in on-base percentage, 19th in the majors in batting average. I'm just not in love with what I'm seeing from them at the plate. So looking at the numbers here, the Rangers are minus 142. The Nationals are plus 120. We've got a total of 8.5. The Rangers are 9 and 22 on the road. They are 18, 12, and 1 to the under on the road. The Nationals are 15 and 16 at home. They are 16, 15, and 1 to the under at home. So guys, this is a game where the Texas Rangers are playing baseball. We have to consider the under here very strongly. I think under 8.5 is definitely live. I think we could see another game very similar to what we saw yesterday, because I don't think we're going to see very much offense there from the Nationals. Give me the under and give me the Rangers here at minus 142. A bullpen start from the Texas Rangers is not something I'm looking at as a negative. Rolling right along here, guys, we've got the Arizona Diamondbacks taking on the Cincinnati Reds. Now, the Diamondbacks lost both games 1 and game 2. They got blown out 13-1 in game 2. So pretty rough timing right now for the Diamondbacks. They are 31 and 33 on the year and not going anywhere fast. They'll hand the ball to Zach Gallen in this game. He's been part of the struggles. He's 4 and 7 on the year, a 5.13 ERA. He did finally have a good start. His last time out at the Atlanta Braves, 7 innings pitched, 4 hits allowed, 3 runs, only 1 of them was earned, and that was an 8-3 win. So solid stuff there, but I mean, what can we expect from him over the rest of this season? I don't really exactly know what to say about that. He hasn't faced the Reds yet this year, so maybe that'll be an advantage, but when he has to come out of the game, even if he has a good outing, that Arizona bullpen is 4th worst in the majors, and the offense, while it's supposed to carry, this team has scored 1 and 3 runs so far in this series. Not the best look. I mean, they're still 4th in the majors in runs scored. They're 4th in the majors in on-base percentage, but not swinging the hottest bats coming into this game. So we'll see what they can do against the Reds, who are 32 and 33 on the year. They'll hand the ball to Brady Singer, who's 6 and 4 this season, a 4.66 ERA. His last 4 starts have been serviceable, not amazing. He hasn't given up more than 3 earned runs in any of them. The Reds are 2 and 2 in those starts. His last time out, 5 innings, 4 hits, 3 earned runs against Milwaukee. Not exactly alert the press kind of situation for Brady Singer. So we'll see what he can do. The bullpen for the Reds is starting to improve once again, down to a 3.92 bullpen ERA. This is a unit that is capable of being elite, but also capable of having some blow-ups. So we'll see how that goes down the stretch. They're still 11th in the majors in runs scored. They are 13th in slugging percentage. A team that's swinging some pretty hot bats coming into this game. So looking at the numbers here, the Diamondbacks are minus 140. The Reds are plus 118. We've got a total of 9.5. Arizona is 16 and 15 on the road. They're 15, 14, and 2 to the over on the road. Cincinnati is a 500 team at home this year, and they're a significant under team at home as well. So looking at the numbers here, I still want to lean a little bit towards the over. I think we'll see a good amount of offense in this game. I'm not in love with the over. That's a pretty big number. In terms of a side, the Reds at plus 118 is kind of calling my name. I know we'd be betting on them to win their third straight game, and that doesn't feel great, but I'd be lying if I said I hated it, guys. I'd be lying if I said I hated it. So I think we have to consider the Reds here at plus 118 as a potential dog of the day. Next on the docket, we've got the Chicago Cubs going on the road to take on the Detroit Tigers. The Cubs came away with a 6-1 win there in Game 2, bouncing back after getting dominated by Skubal. They'll hand the ball in this game to Cade Horton, who's 3-0 on the year, a 3.51 ERA. This young 23-year-old has been pretty much killing it so far this season. His last start was against the Nationals. Only gave up, 1 earned run, but gave up 3 runs overall. It was an 8-3 win. He hasn't exactly been facing the toughest teams so far. I mean, Washington, Colorado, Miami, and the White Sox, not really what I would put down as a murderer's row. Now, he's going to go up against the Tigers in this one. Going to be a little bit more of a test. The Cubs bullpen has been rounding into form pretty aggressively, down to a 3.43 bullpen ERA. Nothing wrong with that. And the offense, this team is dominant at the plate. They're second in the majors in runs scored. They are second in the majors in batting average, batting .262 as a team. This is a scary offense. There's no way around that. So we'll see what they can do here against the Tigers, who are 42 and 24 on the season, having a great year. They'll hand the ball here to Jack Flaherty, who's 4 and 6 on the year, a 3.72 ERA. His last couple of starts, he's looked great, clearly rounding into form. Now, those starts were against San Francisco and the White Sox, so not the toughest teams, but giving away a total of 1 earned run over his last 12 innings pitched. And the Tigers have won both those games handily. That is a good look. Flaherty seems to be on track. The bullpen for the Tigers is also very good, a 3.34 bullpen ERA, a bullpen that's been good all year long. And the offense, season-long numbers are amazing. 4th in runs scored, 11th in batting average, 8th in slugging percentage. Recently, they've cooled off a little bit, but I'm not going to start worrying about this offense quite yet. So, looking at the numbers here, guys, the Cubs are plus 120. The Tigers are minus 140. We've got a total of 8 out there. The Cubs are 20 and 13 on the road, a very good road team. They're 18, 13, and 2 to the over on the road. Detroit is 22 and 9 at home. They're 19, 9, and 3 to the under at home. I'm not too interested in the total in this game, guys, but I'm going to be leaning towards the Tigers. I love what I'm seeing from Flaherty. I think Cade Horton's going to get a little bit of a rude awakening here pitching against the Tigers versus pitching against teams like the Nationals or whatever. So, yeah, definitely go ahead and give me the Tigers here at minus 140 playing at home. Next up, guys, we're looking at the Houston Astros going on the road to take on the Cleveland Guardians. The Astros come into this game 36 and 28 on the year, winners of 3 in a row and 5 of their last 6. They'll hand the ball in this game to Brandon Walter, who he's been looking really good. Coming up from the minors as a 28-year-old, probably doesn't feel amazing, but he looked very good against Tampa Bay in his first start back on the 20th. 5 innings pitched, 3 hits, no runs allowed, and struck out 5 and walked 1. I think this guy could theoretically find himself a home here in the majors. A lefty, that doesn't hurt either, so we'll see what he can do against Cleveland. The bullpen for the Astros, maybe a little bit less dominant than it's been at some points this year, but still a 3.38 bullpen ERA. I'm not about to complain about that. The offense, 5, 4, and 8 runs over their last few games. They're coming alive a little bit. We've liked what we've seen from Pena. Paredes has been good. They're 21st in runs scored still, but 10th in batting average, 12th in on-base percentage. I have some faith that eventually this offense is going to figure it out. So maybe they figured it out here against the Guardians. They come into this game losers of 3 in a row. They're down to 33 and 30 on the year. Handing the ball to Tanner Bybee, who's 4 and 6 this season, a 3.89 ERA. His last couple starts have been pretty troublesome. Now, those starts were against the Yankees and the Dodgers, so I mean, the dude gave up 4 and 3 earned runs against two of the best offenses in Major League Baseball. I think we can cut him a little bit of slack. So we'll see what he does here against Houston. I'm expecting him to be pretty solid, no doubt about that. The bullpen for Cleveland, not nearly as solid this year as last year, but it's not a disaster. A 3.80 bullpen ERA. I think that's fine. The offense for Cleveland, though, I mean, 3-2-0, 4 and 2 runs over their last few games. I mean, Jose Ramirez hitting the ball well, up to batting 333, 12 home runs, 31 RBIs. That is not good enough to carry an offense, guys. They are 23rd in the majors in runs scored. They are 24th in on-base percentage. This is not a good offense. There's no way around it. So looking at the numbers here, the Astros are plus 130. The Guardians are minus 136. We've got a total of 8 or 7.5. Houston 13 and 16 on the road, 16, 11 and 2 to the under on the road. Cleveland 17 and 12 at home, 16, 13 and 1 to the under at home. Maybe under 8 is live in this game, I suppose. I don't necessarily love it. I do think we want to lean towards the Astros here, though. I loved what I saw from Brandon Walter. I know it's only a one-start sample size. Tanner Bivey's been struggling recently, but against some elite competition. I think we'll see not a lot of scoring in this one, but I think we'll see the Astros have a real chance to win this game down the stretch. I think their bullpen is significantly better. I think their offense is very much significantly better. Give me the Astros here at plus 130 as probably the better team, if I'm being honest. Rolling through these games, we're looking at the Kansas City Royals going on the road to take on the Chicago White Sox. The Royals have now lost 2 in a row at the White Sox, so that's not a good look. They'll hand the ball in this game to Michael Lorenzen, hoping he can stem the tide. He's 3 and 6 this year, a 5.12 ERA. He's gotten absolutely obliterated in his last 2 starts, and really in 3 out of his last 4 outings, he hasn't looked good. So we'll see if he can bounce back here against the White Sox, but that's not looking as easy as it has looked in seasons past. So we'll see what Lorenzen can do. The Royals bullpen continues to be very solid, so we're not too worried about them. The offense, though, 1, 2, 7, 5, and 10 runs over their last few games. Swinging some pretty cold bats there in Chicago. So we'll see if they can turn that around. But 27th in the majors in runs scored and 25th in the majors in on-base percentage doesn't make me think that's super likely. So we'll see what they can do here against the White Sox, who have now won 4 out of their last 5. They'll hand the ball to Mike Vasil, who's normally a bullpen guy, and he's been doing some long outings out of the pen. I mean, 3 2/3, 3 innings. Like, he's putting in his work. I think this guy is more than ready to be a starter. We'll see what he can do against these Royals, but I mean, against Detroit, the Mets, and the Rangers, he's looked very, very good over his last 3 outings. I don't think, no, he has not faced the Royals yet this season, but I like him on the mound here a good amount. The White Sox bullpen in general, while not great, has not been as bad as last year, and the offense, maybe they're swinging hot bats. I mean, 4, 7, 3, 4, and 8 over their last few. Definitely one of their best offensive stretches of the season. They're still only 26th in runs scored and 28th in batting average, but they're playing a lot better than you would expect the White Sox to normally play. So, looking at the numbers, the Royals are minus 154. The White Sox are plus 130. We've got a total of 8.5 in this game. The Royals are 14 and 18 on the road. They're 18, 13, 1 to the under on the road. The White Sox are 15 and 17 at home, almost a 500 home team. They are 18, 13, and 2 to the over at home. Well, I'm certainly not taking the Royals in this game, guys. There's no way I'm doing it, so give me the White Sox here at plus 130. It sounds insane. If you'd asked me a year ago if I'd be taking the White Sox as a bullpen start, I would never, ever have done that. But here, the White Sox at plus 130. If it's not the dog of the day, it's going in the pinned comment. Next up, we've got the Toronto Blue Jays going on the road to take on the Minnesota Twins. The Blue Jays are 35 and 29 on the year, winners of 4 in a row. And what is that up to? 9 out of their last 10. Pretty crazy stuff. They're going to hand the ball in this game to Bowden Francis, who's only 2 and 7 on the season, a 5.84 ERA. He couldn't even make it out of, he only pitched 1 2/3 innings against the Phillies his last time out. Gave up 7 runs on 7 hits. Not a great look. Now, we'll see if he can bounce back here going up against the Twins. He's had some very good outings recently, so maybe he'll just be rested and ready to go here, but I'm a little bit worried about Bowden Francis in terms of the bullpen for Toronto. That's actually been a big strength. A 3.27 bullpen ERA is 5th best in the major leagues. The offense is humming, guys. I mean, 5, 6, 9, 2, 3, and 8 runs over their last few. They're up to 16th in the majors in runs scored, thanks in large part to being 8th in batting average and 8th in on-base percentage. So all of a sudden, this is looking like a pretty scary team at the plate. So we'll see what they do here against the Twins, who are reeling. They've lost 3 in a row. They'll hand the ball in this game to Joe Ryan. He's helped him out quite a bit this year, guys. He's 6 and 2, a 2.91 ERA. Now, his last time out didn't look great. It was at the Athletics, 5 innings pitched, 6 hits, 4 earned runs allowed, but Before that, he'd been looking pretty good for quite a while. We'll see what he can do here against the Blue Jays. Not a team he's faced this season, but he's a starter that I'm definitely looking at as a plus level guy. Now, the offensive situation and the bullpen, I mean, the Twins bullpen has taken its lumps recently, but still very good. Around top 10 in the majors, a 3.38 bullpen ERA. The offense is the problem child here for the Twins. They're 17th in runs scored. They're 20th in batting average, 20th in on-base percentage. They've scored 4, 4, 3, 6, 10, 10, and 1 runs over their last few games. That series against the Athletics looked great, mostly. But other than that, the offense is looking a bit suspect. So looking at the numbers here, the Blue Jays are plus 143. The Twins are minus 175. We've got a total of 8.5 in this one. Toronto is 12-16 on the road, 16-11-1 to the under on the road. Minnesota is 18-9 at home, 16-11-1 to the under at home themselves. Under 8.5 seems live in this game. I worry a little bit about Bowden Francis, but I still think it's not a bad spot. In terms of a side, I'm going to take the Twins here. I think Toronto probably loses this game and loses it pretty handily. I don't think I'm going to take the Twins at minus 1.5, but Minnesota at minus 175 could be a very big dark horse to end up being our, massive lock of the day. Next up, guys, we've got the LA Dodgers going on the road to take on the St. Louis Cardinals. The Dodgers have lost each of the first 2 games of this series. Nolan Arenado's 9th inning RBI double lifting them to the win there in Game 2. The Dodgers will hand the ball in this game to Clayton Kershaw, who has yet to figure out a result this season. He's sporting a 5.17 ERA after getting handled pretty roughly there by the New York Mets. 4 2/3 innings pitched, 6 hits, 5 runs, 3 of them were earned. It was eventually a 6-5 extra inning win there for the Dodgers, but wasn't really Kershaw's fault. The bullpen for the Dodgers is staying problematic, to be honest. A 3.94 bullpen ERA is nothing to write home about, and offensively, and so far in this series, I can't say a whole lot of positive things. They've scored 1 run over 2 games so far, but over the course of the year, obviously, it's been one of the most dangerous offenses in Major League Baseball. So maybe they can carry the load here with the rotation getting, more and more banged up, but we'll have to wait and see, guys. They're taking on the Cardinals, who come into this game 36-28 on the season. They've won 3 out of their last 4. They're hitting the ball in this one to Michael McGreevy, who is 1-0 on the season, sporting a ERA of 0. It's going to be his second start of the year, getting called up there from the minors. His first start of the year is back on May 4th, and he was great, guys. 5 2/3 innings pitched, 1 hit, struck out 5, walked 1, gave up no runs in a 5-4 win there against the Mets. So it's possible this kid is going to be really good. He's 24. He could also be really bad in this start. We'll see what happens. I think he's got a very bright future, but inconsistency can be the name of the game when they are, starters at that age. Now, the bullpen for the Cardinals has gotten better and better, down to a 3.91 bullpen ERA. That is playable, if not elite. The offense, though, 2, 5, 5, and 6 runs over their last few games. They're 7th in the majors in runs scored and 5th in batting average. This is looking like a crazy good offense, and they've got some clutch about them, too. So, looking at the numbers here, the Dodgers are minus 140. The Cardinals are plus 118. We've got a total of 9 in this game. The Dodgers are 13-15 on the road, a 500 over-under team on the road. The Cardinals are 21-10 at home. They're 17-13-2 to the over at home. Guys, this is, I don't necessarily want to be, back in the Cardinals here going for a sweep of the Dodgers, but, McGreevy looked so good. Maybe there's going to be, a little bit of weirdness here going up against these elite bats, but Kershaw's looked very hittable recently. I don't hate the over in this game, although that feels real sketchy after yesterday, but I'll take the Cardinals here at plus 118 as something of a significant lean. Next up, we've got the New York Mets going on the road to take on the Colorado Rockies. Now, the Mets and Rockies are playing right now here on Saturday as our lock of the day. We've got the Mets. They're up 4-1 in the top of the 7th inning, so hopefully they can hold on and bring us the win there. The Mets will hand the ball in this game to Taylor Miguel, who's 4-4 on the year, a 3.77 ERA. His last start was against the Dodgers, giving up 4 earned runs over 6 innings against the Dodgers. I'm not going to look at that as the end of the world. I'm not sure if he's faced the Rockies yet. No, he has not faced the Rockies yet this season. So we'll see what he does in this matchup, but I'm expecting generally good stuff. The Rockies, not exactly an elite level offense. The Mets bullpen has been excellent, second best in the majors for the majority of the season. And their offense, while it's been a little bit all over the place at times, we're seeing things round into form. Pete Alonso starting to hit the ball a little bit better. Lindor, despite that broken toe, is delivering some very clutch pinch hitting, situations. And they're 10th in runs scored and 6th in on-base percentage, so not an offense that I'm worried about too much. They're going up against pretty unarguably the worst team in the majors. The Rockies are 12-51 overall. They'll hand the ball in this game to Chase Dollander, who's 2-5 on the season, a 6.26 ERA. His last couple of starts have looked a little bit better, or a little bit okay, I guess, because he hasn't pitched very long, but 3 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned runs, not so great his last time out, and that was against the Marlins. So we'll see what he can do here against the Mets. Not the easiest nut to crack. Also, a young 23-year-old, nerves are going to be a question mark at some point. The Rockies bullpen, also nothing to write home about. Not as bad as last year, but an ERA just over 4. The offense is the problem child here. I mean, that's not going to be a shock to anyone. They're last in the majors in runs scored. They're last in the majors in on-base percentage. They are last in the majors as a team at the plate. So, looking at the numbers here, the Mets are minus 260. The Rockies are plus 215. We've got totals out there of 11 or 10.5. The Mets are 16 and 17 on the road. They're a 20, 12, and 1 to the under on the road. The Rockies are 6 and 23 at home. They are a 500 over-under team at home. Not interested in the total here, guys, but we have to definitely consider the Mets at minus 260 as another lock of the day. I don't love running it back with the lock of the day, but sometimes you got to do it, guys. We're looking for the best value, and the Mets at minus 260 currently are at the top of the list. Next up, we're taking a look at the Atlanta Braves going on the road to take on the San Francisco Giants. The Braves kind of collapsed. The Giants kind of came through for us yesterday. Chapman hitting that two-run home run in the bottom of the ninth. Pretty cool stuff there for the Giants. We will certainly take that win. The Braves are going to hand the ball here in this game to Spencer Strider, hoping he can help them snap their lengthy losing streak, but he's 0-4 on the year, a 5.68 ERA. He gave up 5 earned runs against Arizona his last time out. This is only his 5th start of the season, but the Braves are 0-4 in games that he started this year, and those are starts against Toronto, Washington, the Phillies, and Arizona. And I would say at least 2 of those, not the best outings. So we'll see what he can do to bounce back. We'll see what the Atlanta bullpen can do. It's been pretty solidly middle of the road, a 3.90 bullpen ERA, not great. The offense kind of in shambles. They're 21st in the majors in runs scored. They are 19th in slugging percentage. They scored 2, 4, 10, 1, 3, and 1 runs over their last few games. It's looking pretty bleak. We'll see what they can do here against the Giants, who've now won 4 in a row. They'll hand the ball in this game to Landon Roop, who's 3-4 this season, a 3.18 ERA. He has given up 1 earned run over his last 4 starts combined. Now, he did give up 4 runs, only 1 of which was earned at Detroit, but overall, he's been throwing the ball great recently. Maybe not the toughest competition, but I don't think the Braves really qualify as super tough competition at this point. So, expecting good things from Landon Roop, expecting great stuff from the bullpen of the Giants. It's the best in the majors, a 2.35 bullpen ERA. And the offense, well, 3, 5, 3, 6, and 2 runs over their last few. Kind of normal for this team. I mean, they're 18th in runs scored, but 25th in batting average and 22nd in on-base percentage. I'm not going to be expecting miracles from this squad at the plate. So looking at the numbers for this game, the Braves are actually minus 120. The Giants are plus 100. We've got totals out there of 8 or 7.5. Atlanta's only 10 and 21 on the road. They're 15, 14, and 2 to the over on the road. The Giants are 20 and 11 at home. They're 19 and 13 to the under at home. I'm going to lean towards the Giants here at home. I like Roop a good amount out there. Strider hasn't really impressed me too much despite having an amazing name. So, yeah, I'll take the Giants here at plus 100 with a good chance to make it into the pinned comment with how good they've been at home. Next up, we've got the Seattle Mariners going on the road to take on the Los Angeles Angels. The Mariners come into this game. Well, the Mariners and Angels are actually playing a pretty crazy game right now with the Mariners losing 6-5 there in the top of the 6th inning. So we'll see if they've got a comeback in them. They've actually lost 4 in a row. They'll hand the ball in this game to George Kirby, who's 0-3 on the season, an 8.56 ERA. Since coming off the IL, it's been a little bit rough. Shelled by Houston, shelled by Washington, gave up 8 hits over 5 innings, but only 2 earned runs against Baltimore. All 3 of those games were losses for the Mariners. So we'll see how things work out in this one. The Seattle bullpen's been decent, not great this year. The offense started off great, but is faded here pretty aggressively down the stretch this season. They're going to have to probably score some runs here against the Angels, who are kind of figuring things out, it looks like. They're up to 29 and 33 on the year. They could potentially win their current game. They'll hand the ball in this game to Tyler Anderson, who's 2-2 on the year, a 3.86 ERA. It seemed like he had things figured out with dominating the Yankees, but then struggled a little bit at Fenway going up against the Red Sox, so we'll see if he can bounce back a bit here. Has he faced Seattle yet this season? Yes, he did face Seattle, and it didn't look great back in late April, so we'll see what happens in this one. Obviously, the Angels' bullpen's been terrible this year. No shocker there. The offense, though, starting to find its way. Obviously, Trout coming back and swinging the bat well is a big, big boost. They scored 5, 9, 4, 7, 2, 5, and 4 runs over their last few, so look at the numbers here. The Mariners are minus 145. The Angels are plus 124. We've got a total of 9 out there. Seattle is 16 and 13 on the road, a 500 over-under team on the road. The Angels are 11 and 15 at home, 13, 11, and 2 to the under at home. The Angels are underdogs at home going up against somebody who has had only bad starts so far this year. Give me the Angels at plus 124. They've got more momentum coming into this game. I like the Angels here a good amount with Tyler Anderson on the mound. This is another underdog, which I love that we're loving a bunch of underdogs here on a Sunday. Hopefully this doesn't burn us. Sundays can be weird, as we all know, but I'll definitely take the Angels here at plus 124. In our last MLB game, before we hop over and look at our NBA Finals matchup, we've got the Boston Red Sox going on the road to take on the New York Yankees on Sunday Night Baseball. The Red Sox won Game 2 of this series 10-7, an absolute insane game that we recapped at the beginning of this video. The Red Sox will hand the ball in this game to Hunter Dobbins, who's 2-1 on the year, a 4.06 ERA. I mean, he's looked pretty good in a couple of his starts recently. I mean, good starts against the Mets, Milwaukee, and the Angels, but a bad start against the Baltimore Orioles, a bad start against Detroit. We'll see which version of Dobbins we get. A 25-year-old starter, you can bank on some inconsistency. The Red Sox bullpen has been pretty decent consistently over the last, it's got up to be a big chunk now. A 3.46 bullpen ERA. I'm not going to complain about that too much. The offense putting up double-digit runs. 10, 6, 11, 3, 6, and 3 over their last few games. Starting to, head in the right direction. Now, Bregman reportedly started running, but still far away from a return. That's bad news, but they're still 6th in runs scored and 9th in on-base percentage, so they should be fine offensively. We'll see what they can do here against the Yankees, who are 39-24 on the year. They won Game 1 kind of handily, lost Game 2, weird one. They'll hand the ball in Game 3 to Carlos Rodon, who's 8-3 on the season, a 2.49 ERA. He's given up 2 earned runs total over his last 4 starts, spanning starts against Cleveland, the Angels, the Rangers, and the Mets. All of those games were convincing wins for the Yankees. So, Rodon throwing the ball amazing. The Yankees bullpen looking decent. Maybe not elite, but decent. The offense is obviously bonkers, crazy pants, insane. 3rd in runs scored, 1st in slugging, 1st in on-base percentage. Judge is still hitting .390 with 21 home runs and 51 RBIs. Nuts. So, looking at the numbers, the Yankees are huge favorites. You're not going to be shocked by that. The Red Sox are plus 180. The Yankees are minus 220. We've got a total here of 8. Boston 13-19 on the road, a 500 over-under team on the road. The Yankees are 21-10 at home, 19-12 to the under at home. I'm not putting this in the pinned comment as anything but the lock of the day, so I would say it's going on the list. We'll have to consider it. But, man, the Yankees, they looked so bad yesterday. Is this really a better spot than taking those Mets at minus 260? We'll have to check. You'll have to check in the pinned comment to see, but I'll be surprised if it's the Yankees. Now, guys, hopping over to look at our one NBA Finals game here on Sunday. We've got the Indiana Pacers going on the road to take on the Oklahoma City Thunder in Game 2 of the NBA Finals. Now, the Pacers came away with an insane 1 point, a 111-110 win there in Game 1 in Oklahoma City. Crazy, crazy stuff there from Halliburton. Crazy stuff from the Pacers down the stretch. Everybody was chipping in there. We saw every starter score in double figures. We saw Obi Toppin shoot the ball really well. 5 of 8 from 3 from him for 17 points off the bench. Just crazy, crazy stuff. They played amazing down the stretch. Eventually shoot 18 of 39 from 3. That's 46.2%. That is bonkers. They crushed the Thunder on the boards. Oklahoma City was not playing Holmgren and Hartenstein together. That was kind of an interesting adjustment that I was a bit surprised to see. A massive game from SGA. There's a lot of noise out there how he should be playing more than 40 minutes if they need him to. I don't know if you want to be doing that in Game 1, but maybe they make a valid point because when Jalen Williams is having a bad night, really the only go-to offense they have is SGA, or at least that's what it looks like. When Chet's struggling, Dort shot the lights out. I don't know if we can expect to see that again. And in general, the Thunder didn't play their best, neither did the Pacers, and the Pacers still win. So we'll see what happens in this one. Both teams come into this game fully healthy. The Thunder are 11-point favorites at home here in Game 2. We've got a total of 228.5. The Pacers 26-24 against the spread on the road. 52, 45, and 2 to the over this season. The Thunder 34, 15, and 2 against the spread at home themselves. That's a pretty insane number. 53, 45, and 2 to the over. So in terms of a total here, I'm actually going to lean slightly towards over 228.5. I think both teams can play a little bit better here, and maybe the over has a chance, but I don't love that play necessarily. In terms of a side, I'm going to be taking the Pacers here at plus 11. Now, it's probably not going in the pinned comment. There's so much baseball that we love here, and we could see the Thunder come out and absolutely dominate this game, but I think the Pacers are too good and, get after it too aggressively to lose by double digits here in an NBA Finals game. So give me the Pacers plus 11 as a small lean. I also have a couple player props that I like here as we work our way into this series. And first up, I like SGA here over 33.5 points. He went nuts in Game 1, didn't even shoot the ball that well, still put up 38 points. I'm expecting him to likely play possibly a few more minutes in this game. And if no one else steps up, then he's going to have to continue making a ton of shots, which is always, and taking a ton of shots, which is always going to result in more points. I also like, and I like this one better than the SGA one, I like Dort under 2.5 threes made in this game. Shot the lights out in game one. The Pacers are not going to be mad about him getting those shots up. I still don't think we're going to see him make 3 threes in a game where many are expecting, even if though the Thunder are expected to dominate here, I just don't see Dort shooting the lights out once again. That's a bit of a big ask for a guy that's really not that great of a shooter. That's all the games we have for today, guys. Hit that like button for good luck on all of your bets. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let me know in the comments any questions you have on today's slate. Make sure you're getting over to stumpthespread.com, getting on that free email list. They just see your name and your email address, and you're going to get tons of great information straight to your inbox every single day. I really appreciate every single one of you that watches these videos and comments below. All my channel members, shout out to you guys. I really, really appreciate it. We'll be back here same time, same place tomorrow for more sports betting action.